Okay, so honestly for this $10 video, there was actually a lot less available in the Black Friday sale than I expected. There's not as many really budget cheap games in here, more so there's a lot of more new releases and PS5 games which are headlining the majority of the sale. There's obviously some hidden gems to be found, and I've got some games under $10 that I'm going to be talking about in just a second. But if you're looking for games around the $20 price point, $15 price point, I've got videos about those, probably in the description down below. I'm doing a whole bunch of coverage on Black Friday. So if you're looking for that kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and like this video to show me that you enjoy this kind of content. In this video, that we're going to be looking at games under $10 or in that $10 and below price point. And this is kind of as cheap as it gets because a lot of the stuff in here is less than $10. And honestly, it's sort of kind of gets a little bit average below that point as well in terms of quality of games. I want to start off with Jump Force, which is a game I've talked about quite a few times on this channel. Basically a 3D Japanese arena fighter set in the anime's universe of Naruto, Dragon Ball, and One Piece all kind of combined together. It has a bunch of other shonen-based anime in here as well that you can play, and you can kind of mix them and battle them all together. Yu-Gi-Oh! It's got My Hero Academia in here as well. The game itself is not fantastic. It's a pretty average anime fighting game, and I guess that's kind of expected from a game which includes so much shonen. It is really cheap though, 90% off, $6, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's getting delisted from the PlayStation Store next year. The servers are being shut off early next year or the end of this year, and it is getting completely delisted from the PlayStation Store as well. So it means you won't be able to play online anymore, but you will be able to play single player. It's not because the game is incredibly poor or anything like that, it's just because there are weird licensing issues with this game. Now, I wanted to include it because for trophy hunters, you might want to go and get those online trophies before everything becomes unavailable. If you get the online stuff done now, you'll be able to get the trophy and the platinum trophy later on down the track if you decide to go for it if you purchase the game. If you wait though, it will become unavailable. For regular players who are just wanting to play a game, just be aware that half of the game will be inaccessible in like 3 months time. So, make your mind up accordingly. The Batman Return to Arkham collection is something that is on sale all the time, and I always recommend it. $5, you're getting 2 awesome superhero action adventure games here. Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. Arkham Asylum, I think, is the best of the 3 or 4 Batman games in this sort of series. They kind of play very similar to Spider-Man in terms of being action adventure games, open world or semi-open world. The first one's a little bit more linear. Batman has an incredible combat style with this really cool basically hack and slash combat, but then this blocking technique which makes you feel really super powered. It's a very cool idea. The first game is a lot more linear. Storytelling is probably a little bit more like Uncharted, whereas the second game fits more into an open world sort of metric of storytelling, so more side quests and things like that. Both games though are very good. For this price, it is an absolute steal. Lego games are discounted. Lego Marvel Superheroes, $5. These ones always come down to this price point at this stage. Really good co-op games to play with a buddy, couch co-op I should say. Hack and slash adventure games. Lego is all kind of the same, so pick your poison essentially. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 is also discounted down to $7. So call out those two specifically. If you're on the European store, there'll be a lot more of them discounted. They tend to get discounted on the EU and UK store pretty frequently. On the US store, not as frequently. No idea why. They all kind of play the same. If you played one, you've played them all, but they're all kind of fun. Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year edition. This is got a very similar combat style to Batman. It has the same dodge and attack mechanic. They took, I think, a lot of that DNA from Batman and put it into this game in Mad Max and things like that. This one actually had its servers shut off like at the end of last year, but they ended up patching the game, which is completely unusual for a developer to do, to allow you to still earn the trophies that were requiring online. It's something that no one does. So if you're a trophy hunter and you want to support that, that's something. $5 though, you're getting a really good game here. I enjoyed the combat and the gameplay style of this game, but the story of it I could not get around. I'm not a massive Lord of the Rings guy, and there was a ton of Lord of the Rings lore in here, being a Lord of the Rings spin-off, and I just couldn't do it. I don't know. It wasn't for me. Dishonored 2 is down to $6. Again, something we see reasonably frequently, and it's a pretty old game at this point as well. Dishonored is kind of like BioShock, but more stealthy. You have superpowers, you have these stealth mechanics. You play as an assassin in this open world environment. Made by Arcane Studios. They're the guys who are now working on Deathloop, so you can see the DNA in Deathloop from this game here as well. $6, it's a really good price for a game like this. If you're looking for a first-person stealth game to play. Thief is normally in this camp as well. I would normally say Thief is like where Dishonored came from in terms of like how they got inspiration for the game, but it's actually not discounted in the sale when it normally is. Now, the original Neo is down to $10 as well. I think we talked about Neo 2 in one of the other videos yesterday or the day before. Original Neo is great. I actually think it is better than Neo 2 personally. It's a faster paced Dark Souls game, but basically it's a Dark Souls game made by Team Ninja. If you haven't seen another video, I talk about it in a little bit more detail there. Hack and slash Dark Souls like combat, which is more methodical, blocking and dodging and then attacking, where the enemies do like a ton of damage. But set in like feudal Japan, fighting against like Oni and monsters as well as other samurai and things like that. The game is cool, and for a Souls fan, I think this is like a really nice spin on the Souls franchise. It's probably the highest quality like Souls-like game that's in a similar genre, you know, not counting obviously Sekiro, because obviously it's made by FromSoft and same with Bloodborne. But if you're looking for like a spin-off Souls-like game, this one here sits alongside like Surge and Mortal Shell and things like that in terms of really high quality. Published by Sony as well. The Sinking City, this is a AA adventure game. I would probably liken it to. You're a detective investigating mystery that's happening in this city. Let's leave it at that. But it's a sort of Lovecraftian style adventure game. If you've played the Sherlock Holmes games or some of the Telltale games, you'll kind of know what you're in store for here. There's probably a little bit more action in this one compared to those games as well. But it's still very much just an adventure game. It is AA. It is pretty budget. There are some problems with it. And I believe there's actually a PS5 version of this game available now as well, but it doesn't look like it's available as part of this bundle thing with the PS4 version, so they're both separate. 80% off, an additional 5% off if you've got PlayStation Plus though, so I mean it's not too bad if you're looking for something a little bit more budget to play. Now I'm gonna be honest, this was a tough one to make. There wasn't a ton of budget titles, but I do like to make that budget video for people who are really pushing a budget, who are wanting to find something for $10. Highlights here, I would probably say Jump Force or Batman. I think they're both pretty decent quality games if you're looking for something. That's probably where my recommendations would go. Neo as well is also very good, but it is $10. I know it could be a little bit high for some gamers out there, but those are probably the three I would stick to if I was to pick something up from this sale. Let me know though what you picked up from the Black Friday sale, and let me know if there are any other retailers you'd like to see me cover during this sale period as well. I can make videos about them too if you have any recommendations. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello again, Patreon, you beautiful bastards. Thank you to each and every one of the folks over here on the right-hand side for supporting me over on Patreon or as a YouTube channel member this month. Each and every one of you folks keeps the channel running. If you too want to be an absolute legend like these guys over here, you can support me on Patreon. Use the link in the description down below. Giving only $1 helps out this channel. So if you want to support even further, you can do that. You can also become a channel member down below as well by hitting the join channel button, and you get access to cool emotes and the logo next to your name showing that you're a supporter. Thank you all so very much for supporting the channel.